Nyaya, literally rule or method of reasoning, is a leading school of philosophy within the Hindu umbrella. Those communities which saw themselves as the inheritors of the ancient Vedic civilization and allied cultural traditions. Epistemologically, Nyaya develops of a sophisticated precursor to contemporary, particularly process reliabilism, centered on the notion of knowledge sources, that is, pramana, and a conception of epistemic responsibility, which allows for default, unreflective justification accorded to putatively vertical cognition. It also extensively studies the nature of reasoning in the attempt to map pathways which lead to veridical inferential cognition. Nyaya's methods of analysis and argument resolution influenced much of the classical Indian literary criticism, philosophical debate, and jurisprudence. Metaphysically, Nyaya defends a robust realism, including universals, selves, and substances, largely in debate with Buddhist anti realists and flux theorists. Nyaya thinkers were also India's most sophisticated natural theologians. For at least a millennium, Nyaya owned a variety of arguments in support of baseline theism in constant engagement with sophisticated philosophical atheists, most notably Buddhists. Nyaya's prehistory is tied to ancient traditions of debate and rules of reasoning. The oldest extant Nyaya text is the Nyaya Sutra attributed to Gautama. Throughout much of Nyaya's formative period, the philosophical development of the school took place through commentaries on the sutras, with important exceptions, including works of Jayanta, of Uddayana, and somewhat heterodox works of other authors as well. The school would enter its new phase, that is the Navya Nyaya, in the work of the eminent epistemologist Gangesha Upadhyay. The Nyaya school of philosophy traces its roots back to ancient India, with its earliest formulation attributed to sage Gautama, Akshapada Gautama. However, the development of Nyaya philosophy continued over several centuries, with contributions from subsequent thinkers who further refined its principles and theories. Nyaya philosophy seeks to provide a systematic framework for understanding reality, acquiring knowledge, and engaging in logical reasoning and argumentation. The core principles of Nyaya revolve around four key objectives. Pramana, that is, Nyaya focuses on pramana, which refers to the means of valid knowledge. It identifies four primary pramanas. Then we have the analysis of reality. Nyaya adopts a realistic standpoint, emphasizing the existence of a knowable and objective reality. Then we have logical reasoning. Nyaya places great emphasis on logical reasoning and argumentation. It developed a sophisticated system of formal logic, employing syllogistic reasoning to establish valid conclusions. The ethics and liberation, then. Nyaya philosophy recognizes the significance of ethical conduct and its role in leading a righteous life. Additionally, it explores the concept of liberation through the attainment of right knowledge and removal of ignorance. One of the defining features of Nyaya philosophy is its emphasis on logical analysis and argumentation. Nyaya developed a sophisticated system of formal logic to establish valid conclusions and refute fallacious reasoning. The Nyaya Sutra, authored by Gautama, provides guidelines for constructing sound arguments and identifying logical fallacies. Nyaya philosophers employed syllogistic reasoning, which involves the use of premise and logical rules to arrive at valid conclusions. They classified arguments into various categories based on the relationship between the various premise, the minor premise, and the conclusion. This logical framework enabled Nyaya thinkers to critically evaluate propositions, assess the validity of arguments, and engage in intellectual debate. The Nyaya Sutra outlines the principles of syllogistic reasoning known as the Avanya and the Nyaya, or the Nyaya system of inference. They provide a structured approach to constructing valid arguments and draw upon various logical rules. The Nyaya Sutra lay down guidelines for identifying the middle term, that is Hetu, understanding in relation to the major term, that is Sadhya, and establishing the conclusion based on the premises. Nyaya philosophy made significant contribution to the formalization of reasoning and argumentation. Nyaya thinkers developed a logical framework that emphasized the importance of valid inference and logical consistency. They recognized the need for clarity and precision in articulating arguments using defined times. Nyaya's rationalist framework extends to its theory of causation. Nyaya philosophers analyzed causation in terms of 5 factors, that is, inherence, non-inherence, instrumental cause, material cause, substantial cause. This systematic approach to causation reflects the rationalist inclination of Nyaya philosophy, as it seeks to provide a coherent and logical explanation for the relationship between cause and effect. An exploration of Nyaya philosophy offers valuable insights into its philosophical foundations, methodological application, and cultivation of critical thinking. Researchers can grasp its philosophical roots and implications for research methodology by delving into Nyaya's worldview. Integrating Nyaya philosophy into research methodologies enables scholars to discern the acquisition, analysis, and application of knowledge. Nyaya's emphasis on logical reasoning, inference, and empirical observation has furnished valuable framework applicable across various disciplines, fostering a culture of critical inquiry characterized by intellectual rigor and skepticism. Nyaya's interdisciplinary relevance underscores its capacity to provide insights spanning diverse fields of study. Incorporating Nyaya principles into research methodologies allows scholars to address ethical considerations surrounding knowledge, acquisition, truth-seeking, and intellectual integrity, ensuring that the research is conducted with integrity and a commitment to truth. Hinduism is the 3rd largest religion globally, with its majority adherents residing in the Hindu Kush Himalaya region within the Asian continent. The philosophical underpinnings of Hinduism draw from foundational texts such as the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Smritis, Mahabharata, and Ramayana. Within the Hindu tradition, 6 orthodox systems are revered. We have already talked about the 6 systems, which are Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Samakhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. Now, the Nyaya school in particular has focused on elucidating a permanent immaterial substance, a concept that has sparked considerable debate within philosophical circles. Nyaya philosophy progresses through various stages in its quest to establish the permanence of the self, aiming to demonstrate this permanence as a subject of inquiry. Notably, Nyaya's methodological approach, grounded in systematic logic, has significantly influenced other Indian philosophical schools as well. Now, here, Nyaya thought is centered around the four pramanas, or the sources of knowledge, that is, perception, inference, comparison, and testimony. These sources serve as pillars for Nyaya's exploration into knowledge, the physical world, the individual self, liberation, and the divine. According to Nyaya, the ultimate aim of life is to comprehend the 12 aspects of reality, encompassing doubt, aim, example, doctrine, constituents of inference, hypothetical arguments, conclusion, discussion, wrangling, irrational reasoning, specious reasoning, and unfair reply concerning the traditional reality of the world. Nyaya philosophy has emphasized the importance of distinguishing actual knowledge from falsehood, posting that general knowledge corresponds accurately to the nature of its object. Inference, a key facet of Nyaya philosophy, involves a systematic process of analyzing perception, correlation, and logical arguments to ascertain the variety of knowledge claims. Moreover, Nyaya acknowledges comparison as a valid source between descriptions and actual observations. The testimony or the Shabada is also esteemed as a valid source of knowledge, particularly when articulated by individuals whose thoughts, actions, and speech align harmoniously. The Nyaya theory of causation has possessed cause as an invariable, unconditional antecedent of an effect, emphasizing the deterministic relationship between cause and effect without hidden influences. In essence, Nyaya philosophy is deeply concerned with elucidating the means of acquiring true knowledge and fostering correct thinking through reasoned inquiry and methodological rigor. The Nyaya Sutra serves as a vital testament to Nyaya's foundational principles, guiding inquiries into social phenomena through the lens of perception, inference, comparison, and testimony.